Did you know that Albania sat completely isolated from the rest of the world for nearly 50 years, with its borders sealed tighter than North Korea's? That this small Balkan country has more ancient ruins per square kilometer than almost anywhere in Europe, yet most people have never heard of them? And that Albania's coastline is now one of the fastest-growing tourist destinations on the continent? Albania is not just a forgotten corner of Europe. It is one of the most overlooked countries on the planet. Get ready! Because in this video you will discover 25 facts about Albania that will completely change how you see it. Number 25. Albania sits on the southwestern edge of the Balkans, bordered by Greece, North Macedonia, Kosovo, and Montenegro. It faces the Adriatic and Ionian Seas, placing it at a crossroads between Western Europe and the Eastern Mediterranean. The country is smaller than Maryland, yet it holds mountains, ancient cities, and a coastline stretching nearly 300 miles. Its position has made it one of Europe's most strategically placed and historically contested territories. Number 24. Albania is one of the youngest democracies in Europe, having held its first free elections only in 1991. Before that, it was ruled for over 4 decades by one of the most extreme communist regimes in the world. The country went from near total isolation to European Union candidate status in just 3 decades. That transformation is one of the most dramatic political journeys of any modern nation. Number 23. During communist rule, Albania's dictator, Enver Hoxha, banned religion entirely, making the country officially the world's first atheist state. Churches, mosques, and religious gatherings were outlawed by law. Today, Albania is celebrated for its religious tolerance, with Muslims, Orthodox Christians, Catholics, and Bektashis living side by side in peace. The shift from forced atheism to interfaith harmony is remarkable by any measure. Number 22. Albania shares the Ionian coast with some of the most celebrated waters in Europe, yet its beaches remained almost unknown until recently. The Albanian Riviera features clear turquoise water, white pebble coves, and clifftop villages that rival anything found in Croatia or Greece. International travel media began calling it the last undiscovered coastline of the Mediterranean around 2018. That reputation has driven tourism numbers sharply upward every year since. Number 21. Albania contains 2 UNESCO World Heritage Sites. The ancient city of Butrint, with layered Greek, Roman, Byzantine, and Venetian remains, sits on a lagoon near the Greek border and is considered one of the most important archaeological sites in Europe. The old city of Gjirokastër is a perfectly preserved Ottoman-era town built entirely from stone, often described as a city frozen in time. Both draw scholars and travelers from across the world. Number 20. Albania is home to one of Europe's oldest lakes. Lake Ohrid, shared with North Macedonia, is estimated to be between 3 and 5 million years old. It contains dozens of species found nowhere else on Earth. UNESCO recognizes it as both a natural and cultural heritage site, a designation given to very few places globally. Number 19. The Albanian language is one of the most unique in the world. It belongs to its own branch of the Indo-European family, with no close relatives among any other living language. Albanian has been spoken in the region for thousands of years and is believed to descend from ancient Illyrian. This linguistic isolation makes it a critical piece in the study of how human language evolved across Europe. Number 18. Albania has more bunkers than any other country on Earth relative to its size. During the Cold War, Enver Hoxha ordered the construction of over 170,000 concrete bunkers across the entire country. They were built to withstand invasion from any direction, including from neighboring communist states. Today, many have been converted into cafes, art installations, museums, and hotel rooms, Number 17. Albania is one of the most affordable countries in Europe for travelers. A full meal in a local restaurant typically costs between $3 and $6. Hotel rooms in major cities average well below $50 per night, even during peak season. This affordability, combined with visa-free access for most Western passport holders, has made Albania one of the top value destinations in Europe. Number 16. The Albanian diaspora is enormous relative to the country's population. Roughly 1 in 3 Albanians lives outside the country, with large communities in Italy, Greece, Germany, the United Kingdom, and the United States. Remittances sent home represent one of the most significant portions of the national economy. This global spread gives Albania a cultural and economic reach far beyond what its size would suggest. Number 15. Albania's capital, Tirana, has undergone one of the most visible urban transformations of any European capital in recent decades. Communist-era concrete blocks were painted in bright colors as part of a bold public initiative in the early 2000s. The city now has a growing arts scene, modern boulevards, and a skyline of new towers replacing Soviet-style architecture. Tirana is increasingly ranked among the most energetic up-and-coming capitals in Europe. Number 14. Albania has significant oil and gas reserves, making it one of the few European countries that produces its own crude oil. Its fields have been extracted since the early 20th century. Albania also sits along key energy corridor routes connecting Central Asian gas supplies to Western Europe. That geography gives it quiet but real strategic importance in European energy politics. Number 13. Albania's mountain regions contain some of the most dramatic wilderness in Europe, including the Albanian Alps, locally called the Accursed Mountains. Trails such as the Peaks of the Balkans route cross into Kosovo and Montenegro and are drawing serious hiking tourism from across the globe. And now we are only halfway through the list. Some of the most surprising facts are still coming. Number 12. Albania has a medieval hero whose legend remains alive across the Balkans. Gjergj Kastrioti, known as Skanderbeg, united Albanian lords against the Ottoman Empire in the 15th century and held them off for over 2 decades. He is considered one of the most effective military commanders of the medieval world. His symbol, a black double-headed eagle on a red field, became the Albanian national flag still used today. Number 11. Albania has a strong film culture rooted in its communist-era state studio, Kino Studio. That studio produced hundreds of films during the isolation years, creating an entirely self-contained cinematic world. Many are now being rediscovered by international audiences and film festivals. Albania's creative output from that period is increasingly studied as a unique cultural artifact. Number 10. Albania borders Kosovo, a partially recognized state whose population is over 90% ethnic Albanian. Many on both sides share language, culture, and family ties, forming what is sometimes called a pan-Albanian cultural zone. This relationship is one of the most distinctive cross-border ethnic connections in modern Europe. It shapes regional politics, foreign alliances, and cultural identity across the Western Balkans. Number 9. Albania joined NATO in 2009, becoming a full alliance member while still years away from EU membership. It hosts NATO infrastructure and contributes troops to alliance operations. Its membership gives the alliance a direct foothold on the Adriatic coast, valuable for monitoring maritime traffic between the Mediterranean and the Balkans. Few countries of Albania's size carry that level of strategic placement. Number 8. The Albanian Riviera received its first direct international flight connections from major European cities only in recent years. Before that, most visitors arrived by land or sea. Routes from London, Rome, and Vienna have made the coast accessible without a long overland journey. Tourism in the region has grown by double digits annually since those connections opened. Number 7. Albania contains one of Europe's last wild rivers. The Vjosa runs freely from the Greek mountains to the Adriatic Sea without a single dam along its length. Scientists consider it one of the last large wild river systems on the continent. Albania declared it a national park in 2023, drawing global attention from conservation groups worldwide. Number 6. Albanian cuisine is almost entirely unknown internationally, yet it draws from Mediterranean, Ottoman, and Balkan traditions in ways that produce distinct dishes. Fergis, a slow-cooked dish of peppers, tomatoes, and cottage cheese, is found nowhere else. Tavkosi, a baked lamb and yogurt casserole, has been eaten in the region for centuries. As food tourism grows globally, Albanian cooking is beginning to appear on the radar of serious culinary travelers. Number 5. Albania is actively moving from one of Europe's most isolated states toward full European Union membership within a single generation. The EU formally opened accession negotiations in 2022. If completed, it will be one of the most dramatic national transformations in modern diplomatic history. The outcome will affect trade, migration, and stability across southeastern Europe. Number 4. The Accursed Mountains contain villages where ancient laws called the Kanun governed daily life for centuries. This oral legal code, predating most written European systems, regulated everything from property rights to hospitality obligations. Anthropologists study it as a living example of pre-state legal tradition. Certain remote villages maintained elements of Kanun law into the late 20th century. Number 3. Albania's tourism industry is growing faster than almost anywhere in Europe. The country recorded over 10 million visits in 2023, a figure nearly unimaginable a decade earlier. Lonely Planet and the New York Times have placed Albania among their top destinations of the decade. Infrastructure investment and word of mouth from early visitors have created a genuine and accelerating tourism surge. Number 2. Albania is the only country in Europe where the gestures for yes and no are reversed from Western convention. Nodding typically means no, while shaking the head side to side often means yes. This traces back to ancient Thracian or Byzantine customs and survives in modern Albanian communication, particularly among older generations. It has caused real confusion for foreign visitors and diplomats throughout history. Number 1. During World War II, Albania was the only country in Nazi-occupied Europe that ended the war with a larger Jewish population than it started with. Albanians sheltered Jewish refugees guided by an ancient code of hospitality called Besa, meaning keeping a promise. Not a single Jew sheltered in Albania was handed over to Nazi forces. This is documented by Yad Vashem and remains one of the most powerful moral stories to emerge from the entire war. Which of those facts surprised you the most? Drop it in the comments, especially if number 1 changed the way you see this country. Another geography countdown is waiting for you on this channel right now. Like this video, subscribe to Beyond Geo Borders, and we will see you in the next one.